Hi, I'm Nancy O'Neill and welcome to Suncoast FYI. Today we explore some local hidden gems with Kayaking SRQ and we learn about an organization providing for children in our community, plus a new sightseeing trolley tour. Grab your paddle and come explore some of Sarasota's hidden gems with Kayaking SRQ. And here to tell us all about this unique kayaking company is owner Kim Gregory. This sounds like such a fun company and business to own.
It is, and thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Now, how did you start Kayaking SRQ?
Well, believe it or not, until I moved to Florida, I'd never kayaked a day in my life till I met my husband.
Oh my gosh, where did you move from?
Connecticut.
All right. Well, yeah, so, it's, you know, not the place exactly to go kayaking, I guess, unless you really want to go somewhere. But how long have you been here, and when did you start the company?
So I've been in Florida for 6.5 years. Greg and I will be married 3 years come November. And shortly after we got married, I told him that I thought that his side gig should become his full-time gig because he was working for a beach resort and he was taking all the guests off the beach on his days off and working with a company and taking them kayaking because he grew up out there. And he just had that special connection. So I encouraged him to think about changing from kayaking with Greg to a bigger company and changing the name because there's going to be more than just Greg. So we came up with Kayaking SRQ. Awesome. April 1st is 2 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great. Now, what services do you offer guests? I mean, kayaking encompasses, I guess, a lot, but what specifically do you do, Kim?
Yes, so we do a couple of different things. We offer our guests a guided tour, or they can go out and rent their own boats, and we provide them a map and they do a self-guided tour.
Okay. I was just gonna, yeah, okay. And as far as like location, where do you take them, or and is it the same area if they want to go out and do their own? Yeah, so
what we do is we launch and we come back to the same exact spot. Okay. We operate out of Ted Sperling Nature Park, and it's just a kayak launch that's there. If they go out on a tour, we tour every day at 9 and 1 o'clock. And in the winter months, we also do a sunset tour.
Lovely, lovely. And how long does the tour last?
They are 2 hours. Okay. So we spend 1 hour in the open water looking for whatever wildlife might be out there. We typically have manatees and dolphins, which is very fun. And the second hour, we guide them through the mangrove tunnels. We talk about why they exist. There's some family history there. And also, you know, it's an eco tour. So I like to say going through the mangrove tunnels is two things. One, it's like going through your own lazy river. Yep. And two, it's like a giant aquarium because you never know what you're going to find.
No, that's true. Now, I know that you've said people have asked about alligators, snakes coming out of the mangrove tree. Yes, no, sometimes?
So, so the thing about alligators is they prefer fresh water over salt water. Well, that's not to say they won't travel through a body of salt water to get to fresh water, but we do not have alligators in our park. Okay. Snakes, I know a lot of people think, oh, mangrove tunnels might be swampy. They actually are not. Okay. And we have snakes that frequent the black racer snakes that you see everywhere in Florida. And there's a mangrove snake, but I've actually never seen one, believe it or not. So
no, they probably see it coming and go the other way, right?
I'm not a lover of snakes.
So participation, I mean, families, are they single kayaks, or can you take a child out with a parent on one?
Absolutely. Okay. So we are super family friendly. I say anywhere from 2 to 90 or 102. Okay. So we have single kayaks and we have double kayaks, tandems. And what we'll do is we'll put the child, as long as they can sit in a seat by themselves, we'll put them in the front seat and a parent in the back seat or adult. And same thing with people with maybe shoulder injuries or elderly people that don't have the strength to paddle.
Which brings up a good question. What kind of physical level of physical activity
Believe
do
it
you
or
need to
not,
have?
the majority of the people we take out have never kayaked before in their life.
Okay.
And the bay is like glass most of the time. And it's a very slow paddle. And if you go with a guide, you have somebody who's experienced with you. So if you are having a challenge or you just can't keep up, they will put the tow rope on your boat and take you through.
Okay,
So
that's great.
our guides are all trained in that.
Well, so those are all things that I think set you aside from other kayaking companies.
We're a husband and wife team
Yes.
too, and you know, I do more of the back end of the stuff, and my husband does most of the guiding. We do have a few employees as well. So you know, people just love to hear Greg's stories about when he grew up out there and about his grandma.
Sure.
And his roots actually stretch back to, you know, back when his mother was a 6-year-old little girl and his grandparents came here for the first time. They checked in with the Chamber of Commerce, because that's what you do back then, to find out what there is to do. And because they were like the, I don't know, 600th member to sign in that day, the county comped their vacation and followed them around. So if you look at some of the old newspaper articles, they still publish that to this day.
I love it.
So he's got a lot of roots there.
And a lot
And
to tell
I
everyone.
saw the vision with his roots and encouraged him all the way to, why not go for it? And he
Go
did.
for it.
And we're #1 on TripAdvisor currently.
Yay, awesome.
That could change any day. But
Congratulations. No, that's
yeah,
wonderful.
but we did that in less than 2 years. So it's a pretty
That's
good accomplishment.
amazing.
Yeah.
So where can our guests, our viewers go to find out how to come and find you?
So we are on all the social media outlets, Facebook under Kayaking SRQ, Instagram, Kayaking SRQ, and also we are on YouTube. And obviously our website, kayakingsrq.com, you can go and you can book online there or call us if you have more questions.
Great. Wonderful. Well, it was a pleasure having you
Thank
today.
you.
And how are our waters doing today? One last just
I
question.
mean, they're perfect and beautiful out there, green
right.
as can be, and
Good.
you know, clean
Healthy,
and healthy
All
and
right.
all that stuff.
Good to know. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Just ahead on Suncoast FYI, we learn about an organization benefiting local kids